I think we're live. A very exciting time to have this discussion in the most recent interview with the president of SpaceX, which was a very interesting comments that she made in terms of how to hire engineers and the type of people that they're looking for. And she denominated two different things that I think are very valuable to understand because it's similar to what we're doing in Soriano Motors or Soriano Motori. Um, Raw intelligence, being the kind of person that is innate smart. And as we all know, smart people can always learn. And this is why hiring the right type of people is always important for any company. And the second part of this would be motivation. You, the employee of the company that represents the name, the brand, should always be the ambassador to that brand, right? The ambassador to that company and behave in such a manner that it reflects on what the company's culture is all about and embrace intelligence from within. So this is a very important thing. But I'd like to talk about is SpaceX and how they're planning ahead of the future. And this was discussed in my book in one of the chapters as one of the paradigms to what would change our society. And it's happening already, space traveling. So imagine if every time we use an airplane, we had to get rid of it or get rid of most of it. This is what's happening with space. And this is why it's one of the biggest issues on how to recycle it, how to reuse it, how to be able to actually do space travel in a way that you have a point A to B, B to A, back and forth, and so on. Keep in mind that as humans, we are it's our nature to explore. And these are the questions that have make people invest in these ventures, but also keep moving forward towards the way that humanity has always moved forward by exploration, space exploration in this case. And that's happening. So that's what travel by rocket ship really has been for decades, right? We use it, we discard it, and it's a one-way trip, and that is not good, not for our universe, not for our planet, in essence. What I've seen that SpaceX is doing in some of the different ways is that they're looking to change that. For a start, it figured out how to reuse the first stage of its Falcon 9 rocket, which went on roughly 100 space flights last year. And now it's focused on the next evolution with its Starship project, which will reuse both the first and the second stages, enabling the entire vehicle stack to return from a mission, but to be refilled with propellants and launch again the same day. That's really interesting. And this kind of brings me to the Starship project because it's such a great thing, and it was based in the Ukraine, in Kiev, and due to the war that took place, all of this got basically stopped. And I think it's finally moving ahead a bit, but it's been challenging. Sorry. Now, that evolution is critical to moving humans to other planets. And this is what we're working on as well with engineering, right? The modularity of our systems so that it can be used in different vehicles through mobility. I don't think that's going to happen in space anytime soon, but who's to say that we shouldn't be thinking about it as well? Robotics exploration is happening, and robotics are using batteries, the same things that we're using electricity for EVs. So we are predicting that we're going to land humans on the surface of Mars this decade, and that going to be able to revisit the moon again sooner than that to set up space stations there and whatnot. I think this is important to understand how humanity is advancing. So keep in mind that it all starts with a dream, and then it moves from there to creating, to exploring, and to maintaining that motivation always intact. So if you had invested in this company, it was a great move. So any more questions? Thank you for this. I actually like the fact that you guys wanted me to talk about this because I'm very excited. I wrote a whole chapter about it in my book, Entrepreneur Madness. Take care. Keep writing to me, corporate at sorianogroup.com. And if Any other topic you'd like me to talk about more in detail, by all means, send it to me.